Chapter 6. "Oh, well done, Doctor," snarled Pelham. "Just a photographer, just a journalist after a story. I thought that you were meant to be the clever one. I knew that she was from Whole. The doctor did his best to ignore him. He kept his eyes on Lizzie's, aware of her finger on the button of the trigger device. He was also aware that the armed guards now had their weapons aimed at her. "Lizzie," he kept his voice calm, "this isn't you. This isn't the solution." "Yes, it is," said Lizzie shakily. "If Pelham gets his way, then the Antarctic will be covered in his factories. Another wilderness lost. Another bit of the planet torn apart just to make him rich." "But a bomb? Is that really the way to stop him?" "This base has a new power cell system. It's not nuclear. There won't be any fallout. But the bomb will start a chain reaction. There'll be nothing left." "And what about the people, Lizzie?" asked the doctor sadly. "There are innocent people here. Think of Bob in the sick bay. Think about Phil watching the football results, the guards, the caterers. Look around the room. A new species that you've only just met. Scientists from another culture, another time. They can teach you so much. These are the people that you will destroy, not just Pelham." He took a step towards her, watching the doubt flicker across her face. "I know that you feel so helpless. I know that you watch the people around you destroying their world without any thought for the future. I know that you have convinced yourself that this is the only way that you can stand up to them, but you're wrong. This won't make you the winner. This makes you another piece of the problem." He held out his hand. "I've been in your shoes, Lizzie. I've destroyed whole worlds and have had to live with the burden. Believe me, you don't want to press that button." There was total silence in the meeting room, every eye on the doctor and Lizzie. Slowly, she bowed her head and placed the trigger device in the doctor's hand. "I'm sorry," she said quietly. "I know." The doctor let out a long breath. Turning off the trigger device, he slipped it into his jacket pocket. Pelham's guards rushed forward, grabbing Lizzie roughly by the arms. "Ow!" She struggled in vain. The guards clearly weren't going to take any more chances. "I'm impressed, Doctor," said Pelham, eyeing the doctor with a new respect. "Perhaps there is more to you than meets the eye after all." "There is no need to treat her like that," snapped the doctor. "She won't give you any more trouble." "I intend to make sure of that," said Pelham. "Take her away and lock her up, and this time do it properly." The guards bundled Lizzie roughly out of the room. "Now, Doctor, give me that trigger device. Then perhaps you can explain to me exactly what these Merkers are like." As the words left Pelham's lips, there was a shattering roar. One wall of the meeting room was ripped to shreds by powerful claws. A huge shape smashed in through the hole, its tough, leathery hide glistening with snowflakes. "They're like that," said the doctor. Humans and Silurians scattered as the Merker tore its way into the base. The guards opened fire in panic. The doctor dived for cover as bullets whined around the room. Okla was staring in disbelief at the creature. The doctor dragged him against the wall as the Merker lumbered past them. It roared in pain as bullets bounced off it. Then it slashed out at the guards with its claws. It was a far bigger specimen than the last one the doctor had seen. It was nearly 2.5 meters tall at the shoulder, its 4 stocky legs rippling with muscle. 2 powerful arms jutted from its torso. The claws were razor-sharp. The doctor flinched as the thick, spine-tipped tail thrashed wildly. "Don't touch its skin!" he shouted. "It carries a lethal electric charge." The warning came too late for one of the guards. Having run out of bullets, he tried to use his rifle as a club. As the weapon connected with the Merker's scaly skin, there was a flare of blazing blue light and the harsh smell of ozone. The man dropped to the floor, dead. As the Merca forced its way further into the base, a small, fur-covered feature suddenly appeared through the ragged hole torn in the wall. "Father!" Okla stared in amazement. "Partok?" The figure pulled back a heavy fur hood to reveal the delicately scaled face of a young Silurian girl. Okla embraced her warmly. "I thought that you were dead." "I've no time to explain now," said the girl, shaking herself free from him. "We must go whilst we have the chance." Okla stared fearfully at the driving snowstorm outside. Already the temperature in the base had dropped alarmingly. "We won't last long out there." "Oh, I'm guessing Partok has thought of that already, asked the doctor. Partok shot him a wary glance. "Who is this? Another of Pelham's thugs?" "No," Okla shook his head. "He's a friend." For a moment, the young Silurian looked as though she was going to argue. Then she gave a brisk nod. "Good. I'll need your help to get father and the others to the lift building." "What about your pet?" The doctor jerked a thumb at the rampaging Merca. "You can call it off now." "Let it finish what it started," snarled Partok. "The humans deserve no better." "I can't let you do that." The doctor's voice was stern. "It served its purpose as a diversion. Now, call it off." "No." Partok glared at him. The doctor held her gaze. "You won't be able to get all your people out of here without my help, and the longer we stand here in the cold, the weaker they are going to get." Time Lord and Silurian stared at each other for what seemed like an age. Then Partok reached into her furs and pulled out a small flute-like device. She raised it to her lips and blew. An electronic warbling filled the air, and the Merca's head twitched upright. It was almost like a dog responding to its master's whistle. "It will return to its lair," said Partok grumpily. "What a well-behaved little Merca it is." The doctor beamed at her. Partok pulled the furs tightly around her head and grasped her father's arm. The scientists were already shivering violently. She started to guide everyone out through the ragged hole in the base wall. The doctor hesitated for a moment, torn between getting the scientists to safety and going back in to rescue Lizzie. With a shake of his head, he realized that if he was to mount any kind of rescue attempt, then he needed Okla and Partok's help. Reluctantly, he turned and followed the small party of Silurians through the gap in the wall.